Welcome back to Big Guy Podcast. This is the season finale, and today we have very special guest, the man that made it all happen, Mr. Collins.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen. I appreciate being here.
Yeah.
All right. So we starting off with just going down in order.
Well, we have to make an honorable mention for one of our guests that was supposed to appear. Might be appearing later, we don't know. We were supposed to have Mr. McAfee on again, but he has gotten busy with graduation.
And
So-
time confusions.
Yep. So, as of right now, we just have Dr. Collins. Don't get it wrong.
Made
It's
it
Dr., not Mr.
Dr. Collins.
It's
Mr.
no,
Dr.
actually, he has more titles than that. It's Dr. Reverend.
If you buy, by the way, I remember first time we had a joke, like Lord, that was made that joke. If you can buy a square feet of land in Scotland, and you get the title as Lord. And you
I've
can
heard
use it
that.
legally.
I've seen that advertised.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always thought this was like kind of stupid.
We should
but
come
like,
together.
I own like
Lords and
millions of
names.
land in Scotland.
Well, they plant a tree on it.
Buy 1 square foot of
I'm
Scotland.
kind of tight once. I want to pay taxes to Scotland and 1 square
Yeah.
foot of land.
Yeah, that's
I don't know, I think that'd be pretty fun if we all came together and bought
I guess I can buy it and sell it and just call myself Lord Emeritus.
Yeah,
I'm
that's true.
retired from your lordship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have any funny stories you would like to
From this
Oh.
year. This year.
this year?
Funny stories from this year. So,
Or just best memory from the year. Like,
Yeah.
it's like best memory as far as like teaching goes. I have a student who really hadn't had a lot of classes where they were in a classroom full of other people out of a special setting, and one of these students took my class and beginning of the year wouldn't make eye contact, wouldn't look up, didn't speak out, and now that student made a joke in class about another student, which was, you know, a
Was
huge sign of
hilarious.
progress.
I was present.
Yeah, that was
funny.
huge progress to see that, and then the student actually wrote a story about me, and so it was great to see the student come out of their shell and grow
Yeah.
and do all that. As far as just funny, it would probably be on senior trip, where Jay, Luca, and Mayan
The
bought
short
special outfits. They bought shorts they couldn't wear to school, but they wore them on the trip, and we all went out to eat at the Hangout. And so they all had on their Pit Vipers, and they had on their very far right-wing, I lubricate my AR-15 liberal tears type shirts,
Yeah.
their shorts, and they walked around doing this, and they kept telling people, "We'll talk at you, we'll talk at you later," walking around like that, and people were like just short of getting autographs from them because you know, they were quite unique.
Yep.
Another really fun memory from senior trip was when Noah Hendricks was able to augment us onto the Naval Air Station in Pensacola. And we got to watch the Blue Angels practice up close and go to the Naval Air Station Museum. It's pretty incredible.
So that's how you did that.
That's how we did it. Without Noah Hendricks, that would not have been possible, so
No.
thank you, Noah.
Yeah. Big
And it's
thanks.
Thank
because
you.
Noah is actually a military boy, isn't
Yes.
he?
He's
Thank
in
you
the-
for signing up and joining
What is he? Coast? No.
National Guard.
National.
National
Guard.
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 That's why he dodged in there.
That is.
Wow.
Good deal.
Watching Coach K drive us to a military base and asking the guy what he needed. He looked at Coach K very seriously and said, "Military ID." Coach K goes, "That'd be him." Just rolled down Hendricks' window and passed it off. He's having no part of that.
I'm kind of surprised he had one with him.
It's kind of like a driver's license. There's
Oh,
license
really?
everywhere. Yeah, it is their official government identification, that one, I believe.
And he's just
He can-
like, okay,
he
you
can
can all
call
come
for-
in.
Yeah, he scanned it, looked at it several times, looked at all of us, because, you know, we're obviously quite shifty in a school
Yeah.
suburban with
Yeah.
school license plates, wearing school clothes.
Yeah.
And he looked at it, he scanned it, stuck it in the machine, and he sent us on, didn't really wish us well, just let us pass.
Yeah.
Like the opposite of
He's the
Gandalf.
gatekeeper.
He was definitely the gatekeeper.
For sure.
It was literal, like, part of his
Spears.
position. No, he had the AR though, so, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the AR was mightier than the spear that day.
Yeah, I was about to. That'll put some fear in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Do you have any plans for the summer?
Work. Have a farm, so constantly working on the farm. One of my biggest passions is deer hunting, so
Yeah,
all
that's fun.
farm work revolves around the thought of deer hunting later in the year. So I keep all that going.
there he is.
Yeah.
The man,
It is finally
The
done.
Mike, the McAfee.
The man, the myth, the
throne
Mike.
is.
I like that.
We should do the Wayne's World with diddly, 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 diddly. Yeah, see, now we can just chop it up.
Yeah.
The Scooby-Doo ending.
welcome back to the podcast, Mr. McAfee.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We asked Mr. Collins what the favorite memory of the year was. Do you have
My goodness.
words?
Well, this is a kind of special year. My daughter's graduating, so actually tomorrow night, it's not happened yet, but tomorrow night's going to be the special memory of the year for me.
Mm-hmm. And then you have any like funny stories to share this year?
Appropriate or inappropriate? Which one?
Whatever you
Oh, no, I
Whatever
don't.
you're willing to share.
What's the best excuse you've heard for a broken Chromebook?
Let's see, I've had some come in and just, I don't know what happened. It magically closed on itself and broke. And I'm like, it magically closes? I don't know. I've had many just tell me that it's not working, and I'll turn it on and it's working all of a sudden. It's didn't charge. Those are kind of common ones. I'm trying to think of some really funny ones.
The Noah Hendricks Chromebook?
Oh, okay, well, now if you want to go into Torah, Noah's was bad, but I had a student who shut his in a car door. And they brought it in and said, "Can you fix it?" And it was folded like that. So pretty sure it's not savable, but you
Noah's
know.
was ran over.
Noah's was ran over. This,
Ran over.
yeah, he left it in a backpack and it got set behind a tire of a truck. And apparently they don't look before they back up. They just ran over the backpack.
It happened to me as a kid.
Yeah.
Man, who looks behind the vehicle, you know?
Yeah, who- nobody looks
No
behind
one
you.
really cares
Never
about
thought
behind
I'd
the
drive a
vehicle.
backpack.
You just accelerate and
Yeah.
no, you didn't see
Yeah.
me come out.
Make
Full
sure,
send.
Yeah, full send.
oh, make sure they don't have any kids, because they ran over a backpack. They wouldn't be seeing the kid either. So. Oh, man.
My left leg doesn't bend right. Because it's on my left. It's on my left. Can't bend right.
Collins, would you like to finish your previous story?
Oh, plans for the summer, so of course working. And then I've been working on getting my CDL and my passenger endorsement because I would like to drive a bus for canoe rentals in the summer.
Want to join the podcast?
Join the podcast.
Joint appearance of Conway.
Special appearance of Conway's our final.
Are they artistic?
Autistic?
We
or
are
autistic?
We are the talent.
Well, he's town.
But yeah, he is the
Yeah, I am
talent.
down.
But yeah, I would like to drive a bus for the canoe rentals in Emerald. I love being around the river. I like people. I like funny stories, and I've heard that there's always something going on around the river. And like my dream job when I retire is to work at a gas dock on a lake. That is legitimately my dream job. Like those boat docks you go to with the little house or store on it, where everything's incredibly overpriced and they have floaties and so I want to do that. That is my dream retirement job, is to work a gas dock at the lake, have coffee out there in the morning with the people that are fishing.
Stare out the lake.
Stare at the lake, yeah.
Have all the keys with you.
Stand
Have
out
all
there
the boats.
very philosophically and like, there's a storm a brewing. Down there, some clouds, overstated job.
Yeah.
You fellas might want to head back. The chops get heavy out there. So, something like that.
There you go.
Be the old sage of wisdom at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So McAfee, the same question. Summer plans.
Summer plans. Well, first of all, golf would have to be a start with that. I'm a big time golfer. And my wife Lori told me that she's got a long list of honey-do lists starting out. And she said it in such a way, it was like multiple lists too, and I'm not sure if I like that. Yeah, so
You guys are empty nesters now.
that is true. After tomorrow night, just gonna be the last one in the house.
Sell it, buy an RV and a Harley and call it a day.
Well, the next thing we have to figure out if we actually like each other.
That's true.
So we haven't had an empty house, so we're like, oh man.
Like 23 years of having a buffer there.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I hate the way you brush your teeth. Oh, jeez.
At least I ride mine.
Yeah, exactly.
If you did pull up next year on Harley, you would be even more legend status.
Oh, Magic Mike on a Harley.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, look at those saddlebags now. Those are his calves.
Oh.
There you go.
Speaking of golf, have you ever been to I don't know if it's called Top Golf or Big Shots?
Yeah.
It's in Springfield. I went there and I really enjoyed it, so I was thinking of going in the summer, and you kind of just reminded me of that.
Oh, you should, absolutely. That's a fun place to go, and you can play games and just hit shots and try not to fall into the netting off
Yeah.
the deck or anything.
Yeah, surprisingly, that was a problem for my brother.
Really?
Sounds like a Luca kind of problem.
That does sound like a Luca kind of problem.
You have any funny stories specifically of Luca at golf?
Well, we'll start with district. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after the round was over, and I'd heard what he shot, it was a pretty large score. He would tell me to tell everybody what he shot. Like
The 173.
The 173. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Collins.
We joked about it yesterday. So
Yep.
he was proud of it.
So there's a marker with the groups. They just kind of keep counting the scores and stuff and the shots. So he said that Luke on the last 4 holes had just started swinging one-handed. And I was like, man, I'm so sorry about that. And I said, I apologize. He goes, no, you played better. So I was like, oh, that's reasonable, I guess. So then because in case nobody knows this, well, I mean, all of you do, I think, but we won district that day, and we sent Luke up in his cowboy boots and his untucked golf shirt and his football shorts, and he went up and accepted the trophy in front of everybody. And it was a classy moment.
Very Luca.
As he's walking back, he's holding it, he's just going, follow me.
And congrats on the championship, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Another Liberty District Championship this year. It's 4.
Yeah, we're on fire, guys.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Great.
next year will be better. Hopefully, we have
Hopefully.
mostly new coaches though.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It is
Basketball
basketball, both sides of
and
basketball.
football.
Football.
Football is all new. We'll have Acklin and Rodriguez.
So I'm
Also, I've heard rumor of Braden and Noah coming back to assist with middle school and high school football.
It's possible, yeah. Look, Jansen Ackland's going to do a great job.
Oh, yeah.
I just have all the faith in the world in that young man. He's a bright talent. He's got a lot to give to the kids, to work with. And then Joey Rodriguez, he's awesome. He'll be a great defensive coordinator. And Coach Holland up in the booth, sending down plays and stuff. And
Those lunch conversations with Coach Holland are pretty good all the time.
I'm sure.
Lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
And Applin's just he's quiet and cerebral about the game,
He takes in a lot.
old enough to remember whenever I had him as a 5th grader,
Yeah.
many years ago, and now he's coaching with coworkers. So,
Yep.
and that's actually how McAfee and I met. Is I had his oldest child as a 5th grader. We met at a parent-teacher conference, 45 years ago.
Huh.
Yeah. We
And
also
he wore shorts.
Yeah, which was in too. But no, I started subbing for the school too.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Dr. Collins, Miss Kinder, Miss Duckett, and Miss Atkins. They were all teachers. Well, Miss Duckett was gone for a week, so I got to sub the entire week. Collins, those guys just took me in. And that was one of the coolest things ever. One story, and I don't know if you remember this or not, the kids were having a rough day of it, we'll just call it that. So one of the kids told Dr. Collins about that, and so he said, none of you go to recess unless you write Mr. McAfee an apology letter. So they all wrote me up, they're all coming by, and I had no idea what it was. They just handed me an apology letter, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, thank you. And I found out later it was Collins was doing that, and I was like, man. But
Yeah, they played the game of being mean to the substitutes, so they won the prize.
well,
Write the apology letter.
substitute.
Yeah.
Collins and I we've also, and Miss Kinder, she was another one, but he's the master of pranking people. I'm telling you right now. And I don't know if you guys remember Coach Gwynn. He was elementary and Mount View coach. He was also girls soccer coach for a while, but there was the Tootsie Roll incident. And,
The fake poo in his floor.
yeah.
That was the parking ticket that he thought, he was from St. Louis, so he wasn't familiar with small towns, and I made a fake parking ticket, printed on yellow paper, put it on his car, and told him that he had to pay his fine at the customer service counter at Apple Market. And so at lunch, he was prepared to go to Apple Market to pay his parking ticket. And I had to stop him because I couldn't let him go to the grocery store being a new guy in town trying to pay a fake parking ticket to Sean at Apple Market.
Grocery store.
Yeah.
Sean Sharp would have had a blast out
Oh,
of
he
that.
would have.
But yeah, to get revenge, he took the like little paper streamers you hang up for parties, and he streamered my vehicle, and then a huge thunderstorm hit, just washed it all off. There was a bunch of little colored rubble. I was like, wow, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I can still hear him in the background going, Collins!
And, underneath the stage, or underneath the bleachers yelling that.
It's so
Well.
silly.
Now the
It's
other,
like cartoons and stuff.
It was, oh yeah, it was very cartoonish a lot.
this mastermind, he even convinced him that Kendra did the Tootsie Roll incident. So he gets in Kendra's room and piles all the doors up, or chairs up against her door, and then has to crawl out a window to get out. So Kendra's like, what's going on here? Why am I lip Frank now?
Once again, the camera has unfortunately died on us. We had about 40 minutes of footage, like after that previous clip, that is just unrecoverable. We cannot do anything about it. For next season, we plan on having a better camera, or just making marking the battery, like making a little mark on it, so we know which one cannot run for long periods of times. Thank you for sticking with us through our Big Guy podcast. We will catch you next time.
Just behind us, it'll
Prepared.
Here, I'll see behind you.
And,
Sorry I'm late.
We'll cut it. We'll cut you in so it looks like you just randomly.
Yeah.
It's like-
You see her.